All right. Welcome. Good morning if you're in the West Coast. Good afternoon if you're in the East, like myself. My name is Wade Pierce. I'm coming to you from stunningly beautiful Playa del Carmen, Mexico, where today is just ridiculously gorgeous. Yes, it's very, very nice. It was nice out riding the bike this morning, but hey, this presentation isn't about me. It's about you and what you're about to learn with this simple device in front of you called the Asirva Go. It is a service that is changing the business lives, especially the marketing aspect for small businesses all over the world, in over 192 countries. I'm going to first talk about where it came from, why it exists, and why you need it in your business. What is something every business has to do, whether they like it or not? Every business must promote. That's kind of a no-brainer. We'll try radio ads and TV. Most small businesses don't do TV for obvious reasons. Cost, billboards, pens, paraphernalia, flyers, pay-per-click ads, Google and Facebook ads. We'll do whatever we can to get more eyeballs on our offer. Trade shows, whatever seems to work for our business. But for small business people, they don't have unlimited budgets. They can't afford the mistakes. And that's the challenge in running a small business. You can't afford the marketing mistakes because your pockets aren't deep enough. Excuse me. What if there was a superior and less costly way to promote your business or brand opportunity, product, or service to thousands of people directly to their smartphones? There is the key sentence right there. The smartphone. We could all agree that the smartphone has invaded our lives. For better or for worse, we are consuming content via the phone 7 times more than any other device in our lives. Now, why does that matter? Well, for obvious reasons. If you're a small business owner and you are not targeting your ads to where people's attention is, which is on their phones, you're just flat out losing money. That's just beyond argument. But the problem is, how does a small business owner access a phone and afford it? Because usually you need repetitive, consistent ads, which cost money. The problem with traditional marketing is each ad, each promo costs more money. I'm going to show you something today that is not the case, and this is why it's changing the way small business owners look at advertising completely. It is a paradigm shift. Welcome to proximity marketing. Proximity marketing brings leads to you. Major retailers are having huge success with proximity marketing. I mean, look at the brands that are capitalizing on it right now. This is real world reality. They're making money. Urban Outfitters, Target, Nordstrom's, Macy's, Kenneth Cole's, major brands. The problem is they have high-end, costly systems in each location. That makes it moot for a small business owner. The ROI, they can't afford it. So therefore, it hasn't trickled down into the small business market until now. Everything is about to change for all business owners, especially small business owners. Welcome to the Asirva Go. What we have are a set of services. What you're seeing on the screen is the device called the Asirva Go. You'll hear me say Beacon and Go. They're interchangeable, but the device is called the Go in terms of its branding. We have 2 services we offer, a basic and a plus. I will be spending a lot of time on the plus, and you will see why this is such a game changer for marketers. It'll allow you to broadcast a 40-character message to any Android device within 100 yards of the Go unit that is Bluetooth enabled, and direct them to any website or offer in terms of the plus service, which I'll show you, that you choose. Promote anything, any offer, sale, business opportunity, event, brand, service, etc. This is, it's genius. As simple as this one slide is, a device that you can put a message in a back end of a website, and this little device will send out a frequency which Google nearby will pick up and broadcast to Android phones, because Google owns Android, as long as there's Bluetooth enabled. And that is approximately 50% of all Android phones have Bluetooth enabled all the time. I'm one of those 50%. So let's cut it down. Let's say only half the phones within the vicinity of that device had Bluetooth enabled that are Android. And let's say it cut that in half. Only half of those actually got exposed to the message. We're still talking about millions of phones, and I'm going to show you some stats. I have 2 key stats today, so it's not too heavy, but you need to see it. It's small, compact, battery operated with a battery that lasts up to 2 years. You simply change the battery. When it stops working, you take off the back. It's those little circular batteries that are flat, kind of like a nickel. Replace it, much like a watch battery. Promote whatever you want, whenever you want, and equally as important, wherever you want. Now, wherever you want will make sense in a second, because this is kind of guerrilla marketing. Android is the dominant operating system in global phone use. We do not operate on iPhones. It is not our target. Certainly, someone can manipulate their iPhone to find a way to have it display, but that's not useful or practical, obviously. Androids naturally display them. It is our target, but it's irrelevant that this doesn't work on iPhones because this is the dominant, by far, of the planet, over 85%. This is a company called Statista. All they do is statistics. If you look at the lime green, that is Android. The dark blue is iPhone. As you can see, when they both released similar years, Android just continued to gobble up market share, to the point where now Apple continues to lose market share, not only break even and flatlining. It's just a good year for Apple in terms of iPhone sales is flat. And you can go research that. So flat sales is a good year, but they charge so much, they're a pretty profitable company. So they're not hurting. But Android, in terms of use and penetration, is clearly the dominating operating system. And by the end of 2017, this is going to rise to 90% global penetration. So if you are a small business owner, you owe it to yourself to access those millions of users on Android. Now, you can change messages anytime you want and test multiple offers at the same time. This is where it starts to get exciting. So if I had 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 50, or 100 of these, depending what business I'm in, I could put multiple messages in each one have their own message and drive them to, say, for example, one offer, but I have multiple messages. Why? Because I want to find out which message is converting the best to that offer. I could also invert that and say, well, what if I just had the same message? Once I found a good message out of all my tests, I'll put that one message in all of my devices and drive that one message to different offers to see which offer is more attractive. This kind of split testing you cannot do for small business owners. They don't have this option. It opens the door for the online world. And I talk about this often because I do consulting and my world is online marketing. The challenge with small business owners is they don't have a way to bridge their online and offline presence. They have a website, they have a Facebook page, maybe YouTube channel, some Pinterest account, but they're not connected. It's not cohesive. They don't understand how to link the two. This is that bridge. This bridges the online and offline world in an organic, seamless way and lets you split test. And you can't split test with flyers. It would cost you too much and make it pointless. Here I could change the messages every day for no extra cost. Remember I was saying this at the start of the presentation. There's no cost to continue to alter your message. You don't keep paying to change your message. That's a huge issue and a huge advance in marketing and benefit to a small business owner with limited resources. As well, I could locate these. I could literally put them in a baggie or something so they don't get soaked. They're water resistant but not waterproof, and they will handle temperatures up to 120 degrees. So you could locate them in high traffic areas and leave them. I'm saying that because many, many people do just that. They'll put them in places where there's loads of traffic and drive visitors to their offer. Each one of these devices has their own number associated with it, and you have the option of giving it a name. So you might say, oh, I put this at Starbucks. You could call it Starbucks. And why? Because on our dashboard, you get a dashboard where it shows the graph, and each one of these individual units is tracked separately. You can see a chart on the traffic and the exposures it's generating. Very, very cool stuff. Proximity marketing is on the rise. 53% of consumers are willing to share their current location to receive more relevant advertising. This slide is so counterintuitive to most small business owners. Anyone who I've ever heard have resistance to this product says, oh, I know I wouldn't want this. It might be spamming people or it could be annoying them. Well, I'm showing you some information. I'm going to show you some more in a little bit later that is clearly not where the market is thinking. That may be where you're thinking, but the market is saying something different. And when it comes to business, the flaw for most businesses is they do marketing last. They spend too much time on the product, the location, the paint, the flyers, without the marketing. Without marketing, I don't care what you have. But with great marketing, I don't care what you have. You can still make money. The key is marketing. So 7% of consumers who are willing to engage with location-based advertising. In other words, proximity marketing. 62% will share local deals with friends. I'm going to show you our Go Plus service that allows us to leverage that bullet unlike any other proximity solution in the world. I can say that with complete transparency and confidence because we're the only ones in the world who have the platform I'm going to show you. 63% feel that coupon is the most valuable form of mobile marketing. We do that too. Targeted offers based upon proximity leads to higher conversion rates. And here's one last slide you must see. Why your business, brand, product, or service must employ a proximity marketing solution. This is done by Markets and Markets Research, a global powerhouse in marketing research with 1,700 global Fortune enterprises and 1,200 premium studies a year. This is their business. The proximity marketing market is expected to be worth USD $52.46 billion by 2022, growing at an annual rate of almost 30% between now and 2022. So let's pause and just let that sink in. We're talking about an industry that already is worth tens of billions of dollars, growing at almost 30% a year, and no one knows about it. Don't you find that fascinating? Clearly someone knows about it because look at the stats, but clearly the bulk of people don't. And that's the point of what we're doing. We are pioneers in this space. And what I'm about to show you, no one else can do. So it puts us at a huge competitive advantage in a market we can't saturate. In an expanding market at 30% a year, it's exciting space to be in. But more importantly for a small business owner is it lets you see there are competitors doing this. And the early adopters have the leverage, obviously, on their competitors. Let's face it, business is competitive. It's challenging. You need every edge you can get. And when something like this comes along that is hot, trendy, and it's not a fad, this is the trend. There is a tectonic plate size shift away from mainstream media. It is moving. It's moving towards YouTube, social media channels. That's where it's not going. It's gone. And it's continuing to move there. Only big brands who can afford TV and can afford to invest in mind share, which is really all they're purchasing, that's who uses those mediums. But the savvy marketers are moving towards engagement. That word you've probably heard before, but it is critical in the modern market. The modern market wants to be engaged in the offer. They don't want to sit there passively. That's the mistake of the people who are dinosaurs, in my view, with their marketing methods. They have not caught on to the reality. These stats show it. It's moving. You want to be ahead of it. So here's a cross-section of some industries, by no means exhaustive, but for the sake of time, I just took a couple slices of some industries. This is a great to use it. Salons, hair salons, nail salons, restaurants. If I'm a restaurant owner, when do I want someone to see my breakfast offer? At 5 p.m.? Obviously not. They want to see it at breakfast. Proximity marketing lets you dial in the message that's relevant to the people when they're near the offer, not when they're 8 hours away from it. The whole idea of this, and remember, that's only one example. It could not necessarily be on a timer. It doesn't necessarily be timed. For example, a real estate agent could have one of these devices in their lockbox in the home that they're selling with a for sale sign out front. And right on the for sale sign, it says, own an Android phone, check it now. So I show up and I'm looking for a property. I see this for sale sign. Real estate agent's nowhere in sight. I see the sign, look at my Android phone, click on a link, takes me to a full video walkthrough of the entire inside of that house. How convenient is that for a real estate agent and for me? I get to experience it right there on the spot. I'm right in front of the house. That's real time. If I was a real estate agent, I would have each one of these for every one of my listings. I'd have one. And if I owned an agency, I'd have all of my agents with one of these for each one of their listings. You are adding so much value to your clients by having it because it's a tool most real estate agents are not using. I mean, I could use it to put it in strategic locations near an open house I'm doing. How smart is that? Massage, network marketers. Well, network marketers, I could talk literally for an hour on this. If you're a network marketer and you're not using this, you soon will be. If not, you're going to hear about it from someone in your downline or your upline because over 400 network marketing companies are already using it in 5.5 short months. You can do the math on where that's going to go. Insurance agents, chiropractors, clothing stores, trade shows, of course. I mean, let's say I couldn't afford a trade show booth, but it's one of my marketing strategies because maybe it works for me is to have due to trade shows. And I can't afford the $2,500 or even $1,000, for example, and the time and the labor. And there's a skill doing trade shows. There's an art to making them work. I could literally just show up, pay the entry fee, and take a handful of Go units with me and drive targeted traffic right to my offers. Just pay the entry fee and hang around there for 2-3 days. That's just smart. Events, sporting events in the park, caterers, tradespeople, any small business owner, museums, art museums. There's every industry can use this. And when I'm going to show you a certain feature that we have just announced a week ago, our list of industries, doubles overnight. is far more applicable now than it even was. It was already vast, but now it's got even a deeper reach. Here's a Wing Gym owner, owns 5 Wing Gym franchises, was doing some print media advertising to low effect, and then used one of these Go Plus, which says Go Pro there, but it's a Go Plus that I've been talking a little bit, and I'm going to go in detail in about 2 slides. Used it for 1 day, had 211 exposures, and 17 people opted into his offer. It blew his mind, in his words. Bought 8 of them right away, activated them all in the Plus, and says no print media has done that for him. This is a real estate agent who decided to drive one of these Go units traffic to his social influence page, his Facebook page, and had 27 views in the first 8 hours. Pretty useful. Now let's take a look at a comparison between the two, the Go Basic and the Go Plus. The first 6 features are identical. You get a 40-character message, a clickable link, and a URL. The Go's are programmed by you, meaning you get them in the mail, you log into a website that's provided in a welcome letter, you log in, and there's a number on the side of each Go unit. You enter that and press save. It's now active. Messages and links are active immediately, so you put in a 40-character message and a website of your choice where you want to drive the visitor to, and that's live within seconds on your phone or anyone within 100 yards of that device you just set up that has Bluetooth enabled and has Android, of course. Intuitive, easy-to-use web-based service. A 7-year-old can set these up. We have instructions that are coming with them, printed, pictorial, point step-by-step instructions. Not that they're needed, but for the sake of clarity, it does make sense to include them. In other words, anyone can do it. Real-time tracker of Go exposures. Each unit is individually tracked. Now I'm going to get into the patent-pending technology, which we have. And no one else in the world has what you're about to see. I've mentioned some of it already, but now I'm going to go into detail. You can easily add viewable graphics, photos, and as of last week, YouTube videos. Just imagine, someone sees a notification on their phone, 25% off haircut. They click it, and it goes to a specific ad, not a website where it could be distracting. The problem with a standard notification right to a website strategy is it should be a static, unchangeable thing they see. Because if not, it can be confusing relevant to the 40-character message. In marketing, congruence is king. So if my 40-character message says, 25% off haircut, and then I get led to a website that talks about shampoo offers, that's not congruent. Now the prospects has to surf and have a hassle to try and explore the offer you just communicated. Not a good strategy. What you want is an offer that's directly related to your message, and it's the first thing they see. We've got a platform, I'm going to show you it, that allows you to put a YouTube video there. What better than that? And I see the front of your store, and maybe a video camera. You could do it on your phone. It doesn't have to be all glossy. Just you walking into your haircutting establishment, your salon, and just pan left to right. Now I've seen your salon. I didn't see it before. I didn't even know you existed till I clicked it. Now I've seen it. I see smiling faces. I see customers there, and I see the deal. That's congruent. That's right in line with what I was looking for when I clicked it. That's powerful. There is no industry that can't use this. I don't care if you're selling vacations, insurance, it's irrelevant. When you can use video, it changes the game because you can personalize your message. That is very different than a static graphic that's cold, is still effective, but not close to as effective as video. Just go online and do some research on conversion differences between graphics and video. It's frighteningly high when you use video. Create and choose from multiple ads. So I could create multiple ads in advance and then just go rotate them. How easy is that? I mean, it's so easy to use. I can put ads on a timer. Right now it's on a schedule, meaning daily. I can rotate an ad daily and have them expire. Ultimately, we're going to add a timer in there, intraday. So if you're a restaurant or someone, for example, I'm doing a presentation at 7 at night to 8 at night. I don't need anyone to see that at 11 at night or 10. So I need that offer to rotate. If I'm a restaurant, I'd have breakfast from 7 to 9:30, 9:30 to 12 is brunch, 12 to 2 is lunch, 2 to 4 is happy hour, 4 to 7 is dinner, and 7 to 10 is like a dance. That's 6 different things. I could set those all up in advance, put them on a timer, and press save. They're all automated. You tell me anything that will let you do that for a small business owner with that much control and least amount of effort. Because once it's set and forget it. You've got the offers, and you just let them rotate on a timer. You're not out there putting out new billboards, wiping out the chalk on your billboard, all the old school stuff. I'm not saying not to do it, Of course, do everything you can to market. Everything is better than less. This is just another line in the pond for catching fish. Clickable information includes phones and website instead of just a website. They can click a button right underneath your offer, right underneath the video, and it loads a data and gives you a call. But one part I have to go into detail because this to me is so exciting. You can share this on any smartphone. So if an Android owner gets this and decides to share it via text or email, any phone can pick it up. Doesn't matter if it's iPhone or it doesn't matter. If it's got a screen, it's a smartphone, it'll accept it. So now it's going cross-platform. But I can save the deal. So in my example of a haircut, if it's 25% off and the deal expired on the 25th of November on Saturday, and I saved it, I can save it to my wallet, to the iPhone or Android wallet, which means I can have access to it in the future. Well, what if I forget? You, the ad generator, can go into the back office, into the website, change the ad. Say it expired on the 25th and I didn't visit it till the Monday, the 27th. Well, now what? The beauty is you can change the offer right when it was set to expire to anything you want. Change the terms, the graphic, the anything. Press save. The deal I revisit, the one I saved, will reflect the changes you made. That is so cool. If you're a marketer, that's dreamland. That's like saying I have access to my market and I can control the deal and alter the terms of the deal at will. If anyone saved it, they're seeing the current deal. That's unreal. I mean, it really is impressive. And then last but not least, to me, the piece de resistance is this one, where you can share it on Facebook. Now, why is that a big deal? I showed you a bullet a few slides ago that says 63% of people are willing to share local deals with friends. This leverages that fact and lets them share it on their Facebook timeline to their friends, all their friends. That means your market is marketing for you. When does that happen? Without paying someone. Your market is taking your product and virally sharing it at no cost to you. Not only at no cost, at good profit to you, because others that see it on that person's timeline can share it again on their timeline now. It goes viral through social media. There's nothing like this. This is just, it is a game changer in terms of marketing. Now, here's an example of what an ad would look like. I click on a notification. Here's an actual Go Plus ad. I just made it a pretty generic proximity profits, have a local business, advertise like this. As you can see, I can put any message length in there, and it's not finished, but I just threw it together to give you an idea. The green button is Save to Apple or Android Wallet, because if I've shared it via text or email to a friend who owns an iPhone, they can save it to their Apple wallet. Really cool. So it doesn't matter if they saw the notification on their phone. If an Android friend shared it with them, now they have access to it and ability to share it and save it as well. And you can see below it shows the phone number. The more button means website. They can get more details on your offer if you wanted to take them to another step. And then, of course, share it on Facebook. Brilliant. Now, here's the prices, and they're equally satisfying. These prices are 50% off for the short-term future. They will go up, but your prices, if you buy now, will not go up. In other words, they're grandfathered, what you see. The prices I'm about to show you are the Go Basic. I will show you the Plus in 15 seconds. One unit is $25 a month. By the way, as of December 1st, you will no longer have the option to buy one. We will not be selling singles. So 3 will be the smallest. $49 a month for the Go Basic, and then 8 units is only $99 a month for the Go Basic, and those prices will double. For the Go Plus, which I spent a good deal of time explaining, it's only $19 per unit per month. So you could buy 3 of these and activate them all on the Plus, and it'd be about $106 a month. For completely controllable marketing messages, multiple changes at will, viral videos you could create, share it on Facebook. I don't know too many marketing platforms for $106 for a small business owner. I don't know. There's not with this amount of ability to split test and flexibility to rotate messages for no extra money. So it's $19 a month per unit per month. Keep that in mind when you're considering. And how do you start was a one-time activation fee of $30 per account, regardless of how many units you buy, whether it's 3 or 100. And the initial sign-up cost is 2 months in advance plus the activation. So just take the total monthly cost when you figure out how many Go Basic and how many Plus you want to add to the units you have. Multiply that by 2 and add the activation, plus $10 for shipping in USA and Canada, $30 international. If you order at the later end of this week, it'll take 2 to 5 business days anywhere in North America and 7 to 10 business days anywhere international. The replacement fee is $25 if anything happens to any of your Go units in the first 12 months. If anything happens after the first 12 months, it is free, no matter how many you have challenges with. But usually it's probably just the battery, but if that doesn't solve it, they'll replace it for free since you're a customer passing here. One point of note, which is important, this is not a contract. If you choose to stop, just stop paying and the service ends. So there's no stress, no long-term commitment. You can test it out for a couple months and see how it worked for you. So what's next? You're going to get back with the person who invited you to this webinar and order the package that's right for you. Take your time, and what I can tell you from experience, and this is transparency, not upsell. I'm just sharing with you my experience and experience of people who purchase it in our company. Those who buy it end up realizing they could use more. When you're first buying, you're thinking, I don't know, I'm sure how I could even use 3. Well, I can tell you how to use 5. 1 to your YouTube channel, 1 to a static website, 1 to your Facebook page, 2 of them on the Go Plus running 2 different ads. That's 5. I could give you 3 more because I'd have different ads and I'd be split testing them beside each other. And I'd be rotating different graphics to test graphics. I'd be trying different videos. There's dozens of ways. The best way to market is having more tentacles in the market and having as inexpensive strategies as possible to allow you to exploit the technology and split test it. So there are multiple. What you'll find is once you've had them, you'll go, oh, okay, I'm going to put 1 here. Okay, that takes care of 1. You'll go through 8. At the absolute least, I assure you, 3 will be the minimum you will find a way to use. Now, end of introductory presentation. I'm saying that because if you were invited here just to learn about how this product can benefit your business or product or brand or service, this is the end. If you're curious about how to get your product for free or add an extra few hundred or few thousand a month to your income on the side or hit a financial home run like some of us are focused on, I'm going to talk about that right now. This is a ground floor opportunity in the strictest sense of the word. It soft launched in May 2017. Completely confirmed the market is dying for it. Officially launched October 1st, and there's almost there's over 18,000 distributors and customers. Each time I change this number, I forget that I have to change it like weekly, but I kind of forget for 2 weeks. But it's 17,000 on a 60-40 split. 60% are customers and 40% are distributors. That is essential information because these businesses are generally built on internal consumption, which means 95% distributors, 5% customers. I won't go into all the reasons why. Let's just say if your business can sustain itself on customers, you stand a far superior chance of longevity. Our goal at the end of 2018 was to be a 60-40 split. We've already hit it in the first 4 months. We had hit it. That's great news, and that's going to expand. We'll be 70-30 eventually. 70% customers, 30% distributors. That's exciting as a distributor, I assure you. So 192 countries you can do business in today. No franchise fee, no license fee, no approval. Just go to work with no downside. Because let's explore the downside. What is it? Well, this is a cash-rich business. You do the math at 18,000 customers paying on average $80 a month. You can do the math. The company isn't starving. So cash flow is huge in this business model because the product is the Go unit that we include at no cost. We're selling a service. Is basically pure profit, other than the overhead of staffing and your office costs, but that's it. There's no major inventorying or stocking or traditional manufacturing costs. That's useful information. So what's the downside is you get to use a product for your business. If that's all that ever happened to you, you've got a product that you're using to generate exposures to your business. But the good side is, and the upside is, there's no glass ceiling. Why do I believe it's a home run? Well, I spent the whole presentation highlighting why. But market is millions of businesses. They need the product. It's not a luxury item, which is important. It's inexpensive. Businesses are spending hundreds of thousands a month. Product is genius with a clear value proposition, leveraging the most powerful tech in modern life, the phone. No barrier to entry. Everyone can afford to do this business. $49 a month, maybe upgrade 1 or 2 to the plus. Less than $100 a month, and you can be fully in business. And residual. The entire model is based on recurring revenue. To me, this is essential. Because working for a living has a flaw, a major fatal flaw, is I work, I get paid. I work, I get paid. I don't work, I don't get paid. That's not a strategy for financial independence. It is It is financial dependence par excellence. So we need recurring revenue, not as a luxury, as a necessity if we plan to retire in any degree of comfort similar to the one we're used to while working. Now, daily pays, the success is instant. We pay every single day. Think about that. It is a rush seeing multiple deposits in your account every month. Like there's 159 deposits. I was just looking at my thing today. That's pretty cool. I don't care if it's $32 and then one's 10 and one's, it doesn't matter. It's profit. And the point of that is important because when someone sees success in these kind of businesses early, it creates a viral sharing because this product is, we'd have to agree, it's pretty sexy. It's a cool product. It's hard to show this to someone and they just snub your nose at it. And if they've got to be blind. I mean, really, if you're into marketing at all, this has to raise your eyebrow. Like, it's just so on trend, on point. It's where it's going. And we're the only ones in the space doing what we're doing in a multi-billion-dollar industry that no one is competing with us in. When I mean no one, they can't do what we do. There's numerous companies that create these things called beacons, but they sell their beacons. You can get them on Amazon, but try and use it and find the range and try and get customer support. It's a toy. Bottom line is you can't use them in all practical sense. They're toys. And to highlight this point, and it's essential, we sell a service. We're not competing with any beacon maker. That's all they can do. So we're not even in that swimming pool. We are in the service industry. We provide the Go units at no cost. They're included with your service payment. Keep that in mind as we move forward. Here's the pay plan in 2 minutes or less. I've done a full video explaining this in detail, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to cover it quickly. There are 2 things you need to be to unlock this pay plan. First is become affiliate. Second is become an independent rep. What's the difference? An affiliate allows you to get 25% commission, the same as an independent rep, but only on your initial sales. So if you'd made a sale to me, you'd get 25% commission as an affiliate. When I renewed the following month, you'd get a 10% renewal as an affiliate. And if I told anyone, you'd get a 5% renewal on that. That is it as an affiliate. That's all you can get. If you want to unlock the pay plan and all the bonuses, you must become an independent rep. As of now, those qualifications are not, I'm noticing, being adhered to, meaning they're not being enforced, what I'm about to tell you. They will by December 1st. You must first be an affiliate to become an independent rep, then find 1 other affiliate and 3 customers to become an independent rep, which unlocks the rest of the pay plan, which means now if you make a sale, you get 25%. And if you're telling people and they make sales, you get 10% direct sales commission match on their commission, 10% on their commission, down 5 generations off any of the sales themselves. The second way you get paid is the residual. I've already mentioned 10 and 5%, but that goes down 5 generations now once you're an independent rep. And now the fun part, the third way you get paid is the daily pay. I'm going to bring your attention to the colors for the sake of time. The purple, the green, the blue, the orange, and the dark blue. If you look at the purple, that's associate. That's the first rank. It only requires 1,000 entire sales volume. Not just you, it can be you alone, but you and your entire organization, no matter how deep it gets. We pay to infinity. It does not matter how deep your organization gets. All that volume flows up to you to qualify towards the 1,000. So as you can do the math, you saw the prices. It does not take a lot. So, and if you happen to do that in your first 30 days of seeing this business, you get an additional $500 go-getter bonus. If you get to the next rank in your first 60 days from the time of starting, you get an additional $1,000 bonus on top of the first 500. If you get to the green in the first 90 days, you get an additional $1,500 on top of the 1,000 and the 500 for a maximum of $3,000 in bonuses in your first 90 days. Now, as you notice with this daily pay, each time you rank up in color, and it's not just the colors, I'm just drawing your attention to the colors for the sake of the conversation and ease to explain it. And you get to the green, you get $10 a day cash. You get to the blue, it's $30 a day. You get to the orange, it's $100 a day. The dark blue is $300 a day. If you keep going to a maximum of $3,000 per day. And that does not end there. No one's there yet, so it's not an issue. But when a handful of people get there, that's going to expand. There is no glass ceiling. That's a fun part of the pay plan. Daily pay is fun. It just builds momentum and belief in all distributors. The last way we get paid, to me, the reason I decided to pursue this business with aggression is you get a generational check match down 5 generations. If you reach associate just once, they're going to pay you 25% check match. Whatever their checks are, you get 25% for life without doing anything. Now, I'm slowing down to really let that land. That's important. The majority of these programs have huge requirements to get these kind of bonuses. You have hoops to jump through. That's the internal consumption model that most of these businesses are built around. To me, that's a fatal flaw, and why attrition is so high in this industry, upwards of 60%. You know where ours is? Less than 5%. When you're running a business like this and the numbers that we're bringing in and you have attrition less than, I don't care if it goes to 10, that's pathetically small in this industry when they're pushing 40 to 60 on average. Why? Because you have no qualifications. Just hit associate once and you're getting 25% off whoever you brought in. So if you hit a superstar and 3 years later, you got someone named Jenny and she's making $20,000 a month, you're getting $5,000 a month without getting out of bed because you gave a referral to this company. That doesn't happen very often, very rarely. In other words, what did you do for it? You gave a referral. No corporation's going to do that. And then the second generation is 10%. Once you hit leader, now it unlocks to 10% check match of your second generation. Clearly you have more people on your second than your first, and that goes down 5 generations. So that's it. The last thing I want to mention before we part, to me, the most exciting bonus of all is the Audi bonus. You can choose an Audi of your choice when you hit a certain rank. It's just past leader, called senior leader, and they'll give you $500 a month on top of any other bonuses and commissions and daily pay toward an Audi of your choice. When you hit another rank, you get $1,000 a month towards an Audi of your choice. You hit another rank, you get $1,500 a month, and they have a huge one just past executive, and that's different. We don't need to get into that. Let's just say the way they've structured this pay plan is fair. If you just want to be casual, you could get your product for free. If you want to work a little bit, put some energy in, you can make a few hundred a month and maybe buy your own car. If you want to really work, you can crank through those bonuses and be driving an Audi in 5 to 6 months. Because I know, because people are doing it. They're already around us. They're already getting them, and they're just picking out their cars. And the company just started. So it's fair. I'm bringing that to your attention because a lot of these programs reward the people who are already working, making piles of money. What good does that do you and me, right? I want to see people who can come in here from scratch, have a legitimately fair opportunity to go experience what they want. And I don't care where you are, it's going to be work. No one just gives this to you, obviously. And anyone who thinks that is either naive or they're being misled. There's work. And there should be. Why should you just be given stuff? You should work for it. But we have a good system, and this particular group, you're on this call, we have a very clear system we run. It works, it does convert, and it's very supportive. Private Facebook page, a resource site I built for training at no cost. There's corporate calls 6 days a week. There is no lack of ways to succeed, in other words. And we run a very clean system, friendly and supportive. So if it's something you see and you're inspired by, I encourage you to spend the time with whoever invited you here or arrange a 3-way call with them and myself. I'd be happy to help you fully appreciate what's in front of you. The trend is here, and the secret of success is in finding where the world will go and going there first. As Bill Gates said, we are at the right place at the right time, positioned ahead of a massive exploding trend. This is when fortunes are made, especially in network marketing. When you're in early and a trend is moving in this direction and other network marketing companies are literally starting to approach this company, like from a corporate end, that's a signal. That's a sign that it's about to spike. We're not even close to hitting momentum. Not even close. We're not even off the ground yet. When this thing goes, and a lot of people don't appreciate this, they don't really understand it, it's surreal. When momentum hits in these things and the numbers start going and you're ahead of it, it's a rush. You ask guys that were making, $300 or $400 a month, and then, then it goes to $1,500, then it goes to $4,000, then it goes to $12,000, then 50. That's actually what happens because it's a numbers game, and the multiples start doubling and your checks start tripling. It's a fun ride. Proximity marketing is that trend, and Asirva is the company that allows you to cash in on this trend. So I want to thank you very much for your time and your attention. I do value it because we don't have a lot of it nowadays. So again, get back with the person who invited you, and hopefully I have the honor of meeting you sometime soon. Thanks again. Be well.